What is up? It's your man Tucko here, and this is my first created video on this channel. Well, I guess it's kind of a lie because I did make a video with you guys saying, hey, I'm coming out in September. Well, guess what? I lied again because in September I didn't come out. The reason why I didn't start putting any content up until now is because I bought a house, and that whole thing took way longer than originally that I thought it was going to take. So that's done. I'm in the new house now. I have a really great setup. My setup is fantastic. I'll probably do a setup video at some point. But yeah, but that's why I'm late. Sorry about being tardy, but it is what it is. Now look, here's about me. I'm 41 years old. I'm married. I got a kid. I have a mortgage. I have a career. I love to game. And that's that. There's nothing wrong with it. This channel isn't going to be just for older guys, but it's also going to be for young guys to let you know that, hey, when you get older, it's okay to do the things you did when you were younger. Now, I'll say a caveat to that. If you are still playing G.I. Joe and playing make-believe, you know what? Seek professional help. Get some medication, because that's just unhealthy. The great thing about this, especially if you're an older guy, now if you're an older guy and you have careers and responsibilities, you don't really get to get out much. That's right, I am a homebody. And I'm not a homebody necessarily because I want to be, it just makes sense. You spend 8, 10, 12 hours a day working, time with your kid, time with your wife. You don't really have time to go out and hit the Clizub, dude. You don't have time to go out and do things. You just want to hang out at home and rest. You want to clear your brain out and get ready for another brutal day, the next one. So, that's what you do. So I game. That's how I kind of clear my head out and do my thing and just relax as I game. So this channel should be a lesson to younger guys. It's okay to game when you get older. Just because you game, it doesn't mean you're a 40-year-old virgin who lives in your mother's basement. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it doesn't have to be that way. It's up to you. You can decide if you want to be a productive member of society or if you essentially just want to be an uber gaming loser. It's up to you. So now, what you're going to see on this channel is going to be a pretty wide range of content. I'm going to do everything from trolling videos because I love some of the absolute stupid shit people say over PlayStation Network. It's just, man, it's like you couldn't write it. Like a comedic writer could not write some of the things that are said over PlayStation Network and said to other people. So I'm going to do that. I'm also going to do just, regular old gameplays. Like if I do something cool, which is not that often, or if I do something that's, I think is interesting or funny, I'll throw that up. I do commentaries like I'm doing now. I also do reviews. Now, when I do reviews, I don't do them from any type of scientific point of view. I just do it from kind of my opinion off the cuff. I don't script any of my commentaries. I just kind of go through it. So when I review something, and remember one thing is that I have a career. I have a job, which means that anything I tell you, you can take to the bank because I'm not getting paid by anybody. There is no sponsorship. I don't plan on getting sponsored. This is something I'm just doing for my enjoyment. I'm just trying to share myself, essentially, with the internet universe, if that makes any sense. So that's the kind of stuff you're going to see on my channel. I'm also going to do maybe some setup videos as far as how to set mics up and things like that. For example, one video I do have planned is, for those of you who have PlayStation 4, recording on PlayStation 4 can be a hassle if you want to record your voice, the party chat, the in-game sound and all that. And there are tons of solutions on YouTube that require massive amounts of wires and cables and, 2 mics or whatever. So I'm going to be coming out with a video where with one mic and one cord, you can do it all. So I'll have stuff like that out. Now I don't have a lot of that stuff. I'm not super, I'm not one of those guys who's uber techie. But if I run into a solution that I haven't seen yet, then hey, I'll go ahead and put it up. But that's what this channel's about. It's just the hodgepodge. The vast majority of gameplay you're going to see is going to be Call of Duty, because that's the game that I like. And the reason why I like it is I can jump into a 10-minute match and I can get off. Or I can play another 10-minute match and I can get off and I'm done. There's not this huge involvement. Like, I played Battlefield for a little while, and like Battlefield Team Deathmatch would last like an hour, and it was like, it's too much. So when you're a guy who has a career and a wife and a kid, like you can't, like I can't tell you where I'm going to be in an hour from now. I can't, it's just not possible. So, you know what? That's what makes Call of Duty good, especially if you are an older gamer, is that you can play a game, you can get out, you can put it down. It's pretty simple. So, one of the things I do know the Call of Duty franchise has prided itself on is that you can get in and out of matches quickly. And you know what? Still true, and that's why it's a game that, that I play. Now look, I have not liked all the Call of Duties. I was not a huge fan of Advanced Warfare. I didn't like the game. It wasn't for me. But one thing you're not going to see on this channel is a whole lot of, pissing, moaning, and complaining. Look, everyone's going to have their own opinion of what's good and what's bad. You know what? If you want to leave comments below, like if you see something and you think it's BS, by all means, go ahead, man, air it out. But I'm saying as a rule on my channel, I don't want to just get into this negative frame where it's, I start to eventually, it's like we have like one of the most successful games out there, yet we constantly beat it up. And it's almost like this sad, just self-effacing, I don't know, death cult that we have with essentially hating on our own game nonstop. So I kind of want to try and break that cycle. Now, am I going to rage? Of course I'm going to rage. Every gamer rages. But, I promise I'm going to try and keep it to a minimum. And if you guys hear things where you think I'm going overly just into the negative zone, send me a message. Like say, hey, you know what? I think it went negative here, bro. You need to calm down. And and I will. And I'll the important thing is about Call of Duty is that we are a community. Now I know we don't get a whole lot of respect, and a lot of people hate the Call of Duty community. I don't. I actually like the Call of Duty community. Now, people say some crazy, outlandish things, but at the end of the day, I think most people I meet, probably 90% of them, are actually pretty cool. I mean, they might be different than me. They might carry themselves in a different way or present themselves in a different manner than I would, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're bad people. So, you know what? I want to try and see, the Call of Duty community and Black Ops 3 through rose-colored glasses. So, does that mean I'm going to be totally realistic? I don't know. Maybe I won't be. But you know what? Hey, keep me on pace. If you think, hey, no way, you're wrong on that. Here's why you're wrong. You should have been harder on it, than you were. Hey, fine. You let me know. That's okay. So, that's what this channel is going to be about. It's going to be just trying to keep things positive, try and push the community forward in a good way. Hopefully you guys have a good time and you feel entertained about the stuff that I do, or you at least like to watch, or nothing else. I mean, hell, if I can make you chuckle at least once, if I can get one tiny little chuckle every video, I'll be happy. So no, but that's basically what this whole channel is about. So now let's get into the meat. Okay, so now this is a review of Black Ops 3. And I'll tell you. So let's start with the look of the game. The look is fantastic. The colors are vivid. They're strong. The colors don't feel crushed. The greens and the blacks, they don't fall apart with each other and all that. They look absolutely fantastic. I'm happy with them. The game moves well. One of the problems I think with Advanced Warfare for me was that I went from just the Ghost movement, which wasn't, was basically 2D as opposed to the 3D stuff in Advanced Warfare. And there was nothing to bridge the gap for me. I went from just on the ground to flying around crazy. And you know what? I think I was just shocked by that. And I think a lot of people were shocked by that. So, maybe I'll be more into advanced movement later on if, if things are cool. If I'm used to a little bit of movement, then I move a little bit more and a little bit more, and you bring me in slowly, then yeah, then maybe I'll be into it. Some people loved Advanced Warfare, and I'm glad you did if you did. So that's what I would say. So I dig that. The next thing I found, I didn't find the guns were super overpowered. I thought the time to kill was pretty fast. I found it pretty similar to Ghost, actually. But I wouldn't say, I don't feel nearly as melted in this game as I did in Ghost. In Ghost, man, I felt like I was getting melted all over the map. So that's what I would say. Something else that I would say that I really, really liked about this game is that for a beta, wow. I mean, for those of you who played like the Battlefield 4 beta, essentially the beta that if it was a movie would be titled like, Lag 3 of the Ultimate Lag from the Lag Universe on Lag Planet. I mean, it was awful. Battlefield 4 was awful for its beta. This beta feels done. This feels like a completed game that I pulled out of a box that I got on opening night and just started playing it. As a matter of fact, it feels better because obviously Call of Duty has had some trouble with launches. This feels like a done game. Now, I do know some people had problems with partying up, I think, the first night on PlayStation 4. But for the most part, I didn't really experience any problems at all. I was able to party up with friends, meet up with them. I was able to hear them with chat. And I mean, it worked fantastic. So I think the implementation of the beta was great. I think it worked well. It ran smoothly, which I was totally shocked about. The next thing I have to say is, congrats to Treyarch and Vonderhaar for giving us a beta. A beta, for a game that has, this long of a following and has been going on this long is a big risk. I mean, because if people hated this beta and they canceled their pre-orders, I mean, you could literally kill the entire franchise with a mistake like that. But you know what? They delivered. The people at Treyarch, this game looks like it took all 3 years to develop. It looks like they spent all their time and spent it wisely putting together a fantastic game. So I'm excited about this game. I'm really looking forward to playing more of it. The only thing I would say that I had a problem with really in this game is grenades. They get thrown a little weak. Yeah, so hopefully they'll fix that. But no, it's a great game. I dig it. Yeah, I lost. You will find that I will put a defeat up on my channel. I'm totally okay with it. Sometimes you lose in life, and that's just how it goes. So, hey, it's your main man here, Tucko. I'm talking to you from my bunker in an undisclosed location. Peace, love, and soul. I'm out.